So this week was the start of a new tax year. That also means the ISA allowance has been reset and you are now allowed to pay into a new ISA. And today what I thought I'd do is give my opinion on which is the best stocks and shares ISA right now in the UK. Now in this video, I'm going to make sure that I don't just focus on ETF and index funding. I'm going to also talk about which platform is the best for individual stock picking as well. And I'm also going to make sure I keep the reviews very brief on the stockbrokers. I do not want to waste your time and my time spending 5 minutes talking about an individual broker and then for me to turn around and say, don't use that one. If I don't think it's a good ISA to be using this year, I will straight away tell you at the start of the video or when I start talking about that broker, saying I don't think it's a good one. So I'm going to keep it very brief. And if you do want a more in-depth video, talk about some of these stockbrokers, if the demand is there, I will do it, but we'll take a look. Now before we review some of these individual stockbrokers, I want to just talk about a stocks and shares ISA in case you are not aware. Now if you are from the UK, ideally you want to be buying your stocks and shares into an ISA, and every year you can pay a total of 20,000 into one ISA per year. The reason why you want to be doing this is because any investments that you make in your ISA and you make income or profit from them investments, when you come to selling them investments, you do not have to pay any tax on these returns. It's absolutely amazing, isn't it? Making some money into investments and not having to pay tax. It should be talked about more often, shouldn't it? So yeah, when you're buying and selling shares, you want to be buying in an ISA because you will avoid having to pay tax on their income and also the dividends as well, which is really important. But we'll get stuck into some of these individual stockbrokers and ISAs and which ones are the best. So first of all, DEGIRO. Unfortunately, this platform does not offer ISAs at the moment. It is one that I use, but it's the platform that I tend to use outside of a lot of my ISA investments. So this is a great platform. Unfortunately, it doesn't offer an ISA, so you can't use DEGIRO. Next up, eToro. Once again, another fantastic platform. Unfortunately, these guys do not offer ISAs either, so unfortunately, this is one not to use. Stake is another upcoming platform at the moment, especially recommended on the YouTube scene, but once again, Stake do not currently offer ISAs either, so this is another one to avoid at the moment. One upcoming platform in the UK is Lightyear. This has currently no trading fees, and at the moment they are working on incorporating some ISAs into the platform. So maybe when we do this review, maybe in 12 months time for the next tax year or the reset of the next ISA, this could be higher up on the list or make the list because it is a pretty good low fee platform. However, at the moment the ISA isn't there, but they are currently working on one. Now those are platforms that do get recommended quite a lot, and they are, for most of them, very good platforms. However, none of them do ISAs. We do get onto the first contender though, which is Hargreaves Landsdown. So these guys are a very well known stockbroker. However, it does slightly make me cringe slightly when I see these guys recommended as a platform to use. Now, without doubt, you do pay a premium for this service and it does give you a good customer service for it. But when you are paying £11.95 per trade, unfortunately you should expect that, and in this day and age in 2022 there is no way that you should be paying £11.95 for a trade every time you want to buy something or sell something. So this is the first platform that does currently offer an ISA, but it's one that you will want to stay away from because once again it is way too expensive at £11.95 a trade. Next up is Halifax. Once again, one of the platforms straight away I just get rid of because it is very expensive. Once again, you're going to be paying £9.50 to do a trade or buy a stock using Halifax. So straight away, this is a platform I don't recommend because once again, paying £9.50 is way too much in this day and age. One other one to knock on the head straight away is AJ Bell. Once again, a very expensive platform. I would not recommend using this one because the fees are once again are way too high. Next up is Interactive Brokers. Now this is the first platform where it does start to get interesting. They recently introduced their ISA, which is a game changer. So this is a platform to keep an eye on. They are starting to move a lot more in the right direction for us UK investors. However, trades still cost a little bit more on the expensive side every time you are buying and selling a stock. However, this platform is starting to move in the right direction and is definitely one to keep an eye on and is a lot better than the ones that I previously mentioned. So if you do go on to use Interactive Brokers, I actually don't think this is the worst platform to be using. I still think there's probably better platforms out there, but this is definitely one of the first platforms that we have on this list that I would say is okay to use. Next up is Interactive Investor. Now these guys actually won the best low cost stockbroker awards for 2022. I'm not sure how they won these awards and I'm not sure who were in this category, but I think this platform is too expensive still. There is currently it's $9.99 per month for a stock and shares ISA using this platform, and online trading fees are UK shares and funds and US shares at $7.99, and other international shares at $19.99 and dividend reinvestments at 99p. In my opinion, this platform is still too expensive at the moment, so this one doesn't make the list for me. Next up is the Which Investment Platform Award winner for the last 3 years, which is the Vanguard. Now, Vanguard is a very interesting platform. This is a pretty decent platform. It's pretty low cost to use. However, this platform is more tailored to ETF and index fund users only. And also there is currently, as far as I'm aware, no mobile platform to use. Not that that's a make or break for a stockbroker, I just think having a mobile phone app nowadays is very useful to have. And going on to the cost, you can see that they have low ongoing cost at just 0.2% on average, choosing from their wide range of index funds, active funds, ETFs and ready-made portfolio funds. And their account fee is at 0.15% per year, and that is capped at £375 a year for accounts over 250,000. So this is the first really good low fee platform to use. However, I think it does limit your investment options, that it is based around mostly index funds and ETFs. So it is a good platform, it's a cheap platform to use. However, I do think it's very limiting, and I would recommend using it, but it definitely won't be my choice at top of the list. Next up is one of the new kids on the block, which is InvestEngine. As you can see here, it's basically no fees. With InvestEngine, there is currently no fees for buying or selling ETFs. There's no withdrawal fees, no dealing fees, no ISA fees, no setup fees. Now, like Vanguard, there is some small percentage fees depending on separate management funds on ETFs that you potentially could buy. But overall, the most expensive fees compared to a Hargreaves Landsdown or a Halifax, for example, is very, very cheap. So this is very much like a Vanguard platform, but just slightly cheaper than Vanguard at the moment. If I was only interested in buying ETFs or potentially index funds, this would be the platform of choice for me. However, once again, I don't think it is designed to the individual stock picker as well. So it is a very good platform, and if I was just sticking around ETFs, it would be the one that I would go for. However, I don't think it is the complete platform for an individual stock picker, but is a very good platform. It would be one that I keep on the watch list and see if they do develop more into the individual stocks further down the line. Next up is FreeTrade. Now, FreeTrade is more developed to individual stock picking, and you can see compared to some of the other brokers that we have already mentioned on this video, the trades are currently free compared to Hargreaves Landsdown that we mentioned earlier of $11.95, Interactive Investor, which is $7.99, AJ Bell, which is $9.95. To also have a share dealing account, it is also free as well, and they do offer fractional shares, which is really good, especially for the new investors. And you can see here they do have a spot rate plus a 0.45% for a foreign exchange rate, which a lot of platforms do generally have. Now, the only downside to FreeTrade is they do currently charge £3 a month to have a stocks and shares ISA through them, and that's where they make a lot of their money. And also something to be aware of, they do hide a lot of stocks behind this FreeTrade Plus. So you can see here, if you have the normal version, it's free, but to have FreeTrade Plus, you get access to a lot more stocks, limit orders. It does include your stocks and shares ISA as well if you do want to go for this version, but it will just generally give you a lot more access to more stocks. So currently at the moment, I do believe FreeTrade is the best stocks and shares ISA at the moment that gives you the ability to buy individual stocks. It does not cost you a huge amount in trades. You do get access to a ISA, which is £3 a month. However, the big downside is they do hide a fair few stocks behind an extra paywall. So at the moment, I would say FreeTrade is currently the best options for a stocks and shares ISA in the UK. But after reviewing this video and doing this video, it did make me very much aware how poor the choice is out there at the moment for UK investors. Even the platform that is called FreeTrade still will end up costing you a fair bit to start investing, and especially when you start comparing to the US and a lot of the free platforms they have, you do realise there is a massive gap here for someone to step in and really offer a good low cost platform out there. Now, maybe in 12 months time, Lightyear might be the one. Maybe in 12 months time, InvestEngine does expand to more adapt for the individual stock picker. But I do think it's worth a shout out. I think this space in general is just waiting for Trading 212 to come back online. And in my opinion, if Trading 212 was accepting customers, they're currently going through a waiting list at the moment. But if they were accepting customers, they would walk this video and be the best stocks and shares ISA out there, as trades with them are free and their ISA is free, and they offer a very good range of stocks on their platform. However, like I said, the downside is they're currently not taking on customers at the moment. But I think we are very much in need of Trading212 coming back online in this space, as they are the best provider at the moment. However, not taking customers at the moment, it does go to FreeTrade. One thing that I would say is that as the year goes on, if you are watching this video further down the line of the release, my first thing to do would be to go and see if I can get an ISA with Trading212 as they're accepting customers again. However, if that is not the case, I would be going with FreeTrade at the moment. Now for me personally, where am I going to have my stocks and shares ISA this year? Well, lucky enough for me, I've been with Trading212 for around about 3 years now. And because of that, I am able to open up another ISA with these guys going into this year. So for me personally, I will be opening up an ISA with Trading212 again this year. If it wasn't for this situation though, and I was looking to start an ISA off and I didn't have the option to get into Trading212, like I said, FreeTrade would be my place to go at the moment. And I would also say that if I was not too focused on individual stocks and I was happy to just buy ETFs, more than likely I would actually go to InvestEngine for buying my ETFs at the moment. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and there was a lot of different options there depending on what type of investor you are, and also personally for me, what I'm going to be using going forward this year. If you could hit the like button, that'd be absolutely amazing, and I will see you on the next video.